Louder!
And it's time for the Gore N More podcast.
Gonna have a good time.
Gonna have a good time!
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
We're going on now.
A ball break, walking hand in hand in the moonlight. We'll be the sweet soul there. I swear we'll never part.
We're going on now.
A ball break, running in the sand, feeling alright.
And what is up, Gorehounds? Welcome to the Gore N More podcast. I am that not so mean fluff Master Supreme, Big Johnny D, bringing it in as always. However, I do not bring this shit show in alone. So with me as always, and I apologize, I tried going with the show a little bit today. So to keep it with the C.H.U.D theme, we're going to go with we are the cannabinoid humans under Diaz. Yeah, so you might like that. Starting off with the Meat Mountain himself, the man, the myth, that killing machine, Mr. Babe Amone.
Meat Mountain is here.
And from the dirty, dirty South, the host with the ghost, El Scuba Cabra, Mr. Steven Vasquez.
How's it going, baby?
And our special guest, once again returning. I can't believe she even wanted to join us. The lovely Kailey Diaz from, and I'm going to let you shout out your own podcast.
Yes, I am from 50 States of Terror. I'm the co-host and co-creator over there with my husband. And you can find us at 50 States of Terror on Facebook and Instagram.
Hell yeah, go check him out. We got to get him on here at some point too.
Yeah.
He's fine. He's fine. He's got
no?
it.
All right, that's fine. He's like, you guys.
I mean, he's okay.
He's okay.
Yeah, right. All right. So we have a doozy of an episode today. Today is March 21st, 2022. And well, it's going to be a fun one. But first, as always, we like to talk about what we did the last week. So, Mr. Vasquez, if you could please.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for your Slice of Life.
Thank you, sir. Should we start with our special guest?
Yes, we should.
Yeah,
Ladies
absolutely.
first.
My
Do it.
slice of life, things that I've got going on just in
Yeah.
general.
Yeah.
I was like professional in general.
Whatever you
Well,
want.
Non-professional, whatever's going
You're like,
on.
you know what? I
Whatever.
just took a
Hey.
fucking nap yesterday and had a cup of coffee, and that's it. That's
oh
great.
my gosh. I had the best nap this weekend, actually. My husband and I are celebrating our 5th anniversary, our 5th wedding anniversary. And we
Nice.
decided we were going to get out of town, and we went out of town. We went to where we got married. We had cupcakes. It was cute. We're sitting there, and we had free reign. We could go anywhere. My mom was like, I'll watch the kids get out of town. We ate the cupcake, and we're like, do you want to go take a nap? So we just went home. We were like, took a solid 3-hour nap.
I love that.
Professionally, professionally, I know that Scuba is also in on this. We were both nominated as Best of the Best podcast in the Coastal Bend. So
Yes.
a little bit of
Nice.
shared
Ooh,
slice
that's
of
nice.
life.
Yes, yes. Well,
Uh,
and today's the last day to vote, so
It
make
is.
sure
Oh, get out
get
there
out
and vote.
there and vote.
It is. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got going on over here.
Awesome.
Just,
You want to pass it over to Scuba then?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So I unfortunately was not here last Monday. I had to. So I was on vacation all last week. It was my spring break vacation. They needed an extra chaperone to take some of our students from a program called Lead First, which is like a leadership program at the school. They need a chaperone. We're taking them to a Spurs game. And I was like, you know what? I'm down. Let's go. So jumped on the bus, went to San Antonio all day. Was there with the kids, got to see the Spurs get beat by the Timberwolves, which was fun, I guess. Then I worked at the bar all week. You know, usually when spring break happens, I try to pick up extra shifts at the bar. So I worked Tuesday night. Wednesday, I vegged out all day, didn't get out of bed, but for maybe an hour, if that. Also, Thursday was St. Patty's Day, and my bar throws the biggest St. Patty's Day shindig
I've been there
in
for that.
Corpus. It's crazy. It kicks off at 12 o'clock and goes all the way till 2, and we were packed. So
Some
it
nice
was
shades on, by the way, buddy.
yes. So that is my Irish, my St. Patty's Day superhero that I created a long time ago, known as Shenanigans Man, and he has now been upgraded to Colonel Shenanigans after backing into a BMW of a friend of mine one year. Yeah. So the shenanigans were definitely in hand Thursday night. It was great. Had a blast. No BMWs were harmed this year. which was great. Also,
Just a Prius.
yeah, just a Prius, but it shouldn't have
Nice.
been parked behind me anyways. No, but that was it, man. Worked all weekend at the bar, and it just seemed like my vacation just went by so fast. So yesterday I hung out with my grandma as I usually do on Sundays. Came home, did some laundry, and got ready for work today, and that was it. Oh, and I got to see Saturday night before I went to work. I went to watch a play, which I have not been to many plays, and I went to go watch The Wedding Singer. Our local Harbor Playhouse has a production of The Wedding Singer going on. It was pretty cool. I have a couple of friends that are in it, so went to go support them. Went with Smiling Octopus to go watch that, and it was pretty dope. So it was a pretty chill week. That was it, and that's all I got. What about you, Bobo?
This past weekend was a nice weekend for me. I was in AC with my girlfriend and a group of our friends celebrating my one friend turning 30. So we were, gambling nights away, me making money while everybody else lost money. So everybody's got to lose in order for me to win. So I'm okay with that. So
When you said AC, like we're so far in the South that I'm like, ooh, he went somewhere with air conditioning. Yes, get it, bitch.
Right?
And then I was like, Atlantic City.
I thought about that
Atlantic
for
City.
a quick second too, so don't worry, I'm right there with you.
So, Atlantic City.
It's fucking winter still, dude.
I was like, it's cold
Listen,
where you are.
I get hot at 55 degrees.
I know, and I know we've had a little bit of a heat wave up in our area.
Whatever.
We have.
For
y'all,
man.
55 is freezing to us. We're
Listen, we
like
like Norwegians up here, dude. What do you
Yeah, you're 55 at freezing. I'm 55 going, God, give me a fan.
dude, right?
Please.
Like 55, I'm in shorts and a t-shirt outside in a lawn chair. Like this is fucking gorgeous, dude. Like,
Yes.
Scoot's
I'm right
bundled
there.
up like
I'd be right next to John going, this
Right?
is the life. This is the life.
Hey, dude.
So, but that was Saturday. And then Sunday, me and my girlfriend, we bought ourselves some Nintendo Switches. So I'm finally on the little gaming there. And I've been using it. We were using it all day yesterday playing Mario. And then today I got a few more games for it. And that's basically it for my weekend. And I got to watch this movie twice. So that's what we're here to talk about today. So Johnny, give it to me, baby.
Yeah. What's up, sirs? So let's see. What did I do this week? I actually had a nice little kind of weekend off. I did do some overtime, but that's because I want some fun money for when I go down to Atlantic City soon. So
I'll be there with you.
yeah, it will. It'll be fun. On top of that, I also got some Switch stuff. I got the Mario Kart pack. So the family and I have been playing that for like the last 3 days since it came out on Friday. And I did not do shit for St. Patrick's Day. My St. Patrick's Day was on the 12th when I did the parade and did all that stuff.
Hey, but that was still cool as shit, man.
Oh, yeah, dude. Like, literally on St. Patrick's Day, like, I wanted to go do stuff, but I had a dentist appointment. So that's how fun my St. Patrick's Day was. I got my teeth clean. What's up, Pete? What's up, Heather? Everybody? Hector, by the way, in the chat. Let's see. Anything else good? And I started working on another wood con-friendly machete, which I haven't done in a while because, I sold mine at Steel. Actually, the boys sold it for me. I fucking walked away to my car and I came back and it was like cash. And I was like, oh, all right, sweet. Didn't expect that to actually happen. I was just putting money on it just to see, like, yeah, we'll laugh about it later if it happens. Other than that, man, what's up?
You sold your wood.
I did. I did for $20. I can't believe somebody took.
Okay, man.
It was actually, dude, I sold a mask that it was just a China hawk, but I painted it up and did some shit to it. And then it was just a wooden versus machete, man, for like $50. Somebody took it. I was like, wow, maybe I should make more. But yeah, so I made another wood one because, cons don't like the metal and blah, 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 blah. Unless you're a vendor, then apparently you can just walk.
You can walk in with a fucking chainsaw.
Yeah.
You can walk in with a leaky chainsaw.
I wasn't even gonna go there, but all right.
I feel like there's a story that I missed on
We
that.
love you,
I'll need
Cameron.
to
We love
this
you, Cam.
shit.
We love you, Cam.
Oh my god! All right, and then I watched this amazing movie, which you can take that however you want.
I was going to say, wait, amazing.
Oh, and I forgot too. I did Somewhat Supernatural on Friday.
Yeah, you did.
That. Yeah, I
which
did.
I need to download that later. So
Yes,
remind me,
yes,
Scoops.
whenever you get a chance.
Okay, I say amazing because, and as you gentlemen know, Kailey doesn't know, is because like I know it's stupid and I know it's the smallest like tiny dumb role, but the fact that I still know a dude that was in the movie just makes me that's cool.
Yeah, that is cool. That is
okay,
cool.
because it's right, because it's like he was just one of like the main extra. He was a chud. So I'm like, that feels like that's a little like, yo, dude, you got the suit.
That's a little. That's a little more.
I want to know what he did though as the chud. Like which
probably
chud
what
was.
scenes that they don't want to speak of.
But you know what? Fuck all that. Scoops, what are we here to talk about today?
Today we are here to talk about C.H.U.D, released August 31st, 1984. Plot rundown. In downtown Manhattan, a police captain's hunt for his missing wife uncovers a series of mysterious disappearances in the area. Extending his search into the tunnels and sewers below, it soon becomes clear that something monstrous lurks beneath the city streets, and it's not staying down there much longer. Something horrible is loose in the sewers of Manhattan, and the city's homeless population has begun to mutate into cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. They are C.H.U.D, hideous, hungry, and headed for the streets. Directed by Douglas Cheek, Claustrophobia. Written by Parnell Hall, Billions for Boris. Produced by Andrew Bonamy, The Bell Jar, and The Herod Experiment.
I know none of those, dude.
Neither do I. I've never heard of any of them. But I've heard of C.H.U.D.
Yes.
Yeah. I have. And we watched it.
It's good that you know what that one is. Yeah.
That's right.
Yes.
Bobby.
Finally, some names we could fucking pronounce here this week. John Hurd from Big and Home Alone as George Cooper. Daniel Stern from Leviathan and Home Alone as AJ the Reverend Shepard. Christopher Curry, Starship Troopers and Home Alone 3 as Captain Bosch. Kim Greast, Manhunter. Throw Mama from the
Wait. Stop.
What?
You got Home Alone 3 in there? God, we got more Home Alones on this fucking journey.
I was about to say, actually, now that you say it, didn't dawn on me. It said Home Alone 3.
I mean, we know the obvious two, but I didn't expect another one.
Well, I kept asking myself, I'm like, why do I know who he is, but I can't picture him?
I just want to know how many times they're going to forget their kids before, Child Protective Services gets involved.
Technically, 3 is the one movie where cops were actually involved with them, too.
Yeah.
As Lauren Daniels, J.C. Quinn, Maximum Overdrive, The Abyss as Murphy, Michael O'Hara, The Ambulance, Babylon 5 as Fuller, Peter Michael Gotts, close enough, Wolfen and Glory as Gramps, Sam McMurray, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation and Dinosaurs as Officer Crepsey, Frank R. Fazan from Silence of the Lambs, The Money Pit as Sergeant Parker, John Goodman. Do we really have to say where he's from? Like Roseanne, Coyote Ugly, Arachnophobia. I could go on forever. As Diner Cop, and Jay Thomas from Cheers, Mr. Holland's Opus as Diner Cop.
Nice.
And that's what we got.
Kailey, take it away.
Awesome. So we have music by David A. Hughes from Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels and One More Kiss. Cinematography by Peter Stein, Friday the 13th, Part 2, and Ernest Saves Christmas.
Yeah.
Hey. Not the best Ernest movie, but a good one.
Now it is edited. Oh, go ahead.
Just remember one thing, air brakes.
See, I don't think I saw the Ernest movie.
I don't remember him enough, so unfortunately.
It's edited by Claire Simpson from Platoon and House of Gucci. Effects and makeup by John Caglione. I know that's a bad word in Italian.
Bobby Amone.
We cannot depend on him to pronounce anything Italian.
Listen, no, that one is right. She said it right, Caglione.
Right.
Okay. But it's still a bad word in Italian.
I was just going because of Amone. It's kind of the same.
No, she's right. It's a very bad word.
He is known from. Oh, you can Google it. Google it.
This is a mature podcast. We're okay.
Just Google it.
We want it in your search history. That's what we want.
Oh,
but
okay.
He did very important work, though. He was in. He is from The Blob, and he is probably best known for Heath Ledger's Joker face in The Dark Knight.
Wait, we're talking Blob remake, I'm assuming, right? 88 Blob? We probably don't know. I'm guessing.
We can get some guesswork on there. So this was...
Because I was like, because if he's doing shit from the 60s, that's pretty fucking impressive.
Some people just have very, very lengthy careers.
Yeah, right?
I'm not gonna judge him for it. We've got it distributed by New World Pictures. It has a runtime of 88 minutes and an MPAA rating of are. Its budget was 1.25 million and it made that. It actually grossed at 4.7.
Nice.
So
Hell yeah. All right.
good for that.
So everybody, now that we're here, let's discuss this bitch. How did we feel on this movie? Ladies, go ahead.
Yeah, ladies first. Go for it.
Just go. Yeah, just go.
You're the special guest, so
I felt good because I was drinking for the first go through so much that I had to go back and watch again. But it's everything I want from an 80s film. Obscure people that I'm like, oh, I know that guy. Oh, I know that guy. Enough synth in the background so that way it's like the whole time. So I feel pretty good about it. I'm not upset that I watched it. I'm not sure if I'm going to go back and watch it again, but I'm interested to see what everybody else has to say about this one for sure.
It was just really slow.
It was very
slow
slow
where it needed to go, and then even when it got to that point, it was still kind of like
slow.
What the fuck?
So okay, and you know what's weird though, and you guys know, man, you've been fucking listening and talking with me for 4 years now. Like, I don't do slow burns at all, but for some reason, all these characters had me invested enough to where I didn't care. Yeah. I actually enjoyed all these characters. They were all likable. The ones that were supposed to be, obviously.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were very well written and then portrayed very well. So we got a lot of we got to know them.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty well through the entire movie.
I mean,
so
just between the three, like the cop, Daniel Stern, and then the photographer, I'm blanking on the name right now. I apologize. But you know what I mean? Like they have I don't know. You're right.
They felt genuine.
Yeah.
It's like even the couple, like, I mean, a lot of the times in horror films, like you kind of get that disconnect between couples. It's like, oh, are we scared or are we in love? And like, what is going on? I felt like they had kind of like a genuine connection on screen, enough for an 80s film for me.
Yeah.
But I felt like it was almost like they made me think of Harry Potter, where it's like this character is strong and this character is selfless, and they portrayed exactly what they were supposed to be. The Reverend is always thinking of other people. It's not really a selfish action. So I think the acting was convincing enough that, they were likable. Right. So, but it definitely was like 7 minutes of a city sweeper. Like,
oh no, you're right.
That intro.
Which for some reason, I don't know why, I was totally okay with that. I don't know why I was mesmerized by the cleaning of garbage.
No,
but I was.
Because you know why? Because you know why? Because that first scene, what you just saw, and you see manhole covers everywhere.
Well, right, because you're just like that's a 7-minute setup to wonder if that shoe's actually going to get swept up or not, and you're like, oh, it does.
Condo that street.
And as you guys have said, these guys were genuine. So. My thing with the character, they felt like they were real New Yorkers.
Yeah.
Like they lived there. You could see they were gritty. The cop looks run down. They all look like they literally belonged in the city. Unlike you take some actors and throw them in the city and they just don't look like they gelled there. So these guys all looked their parts except the monsters.
Yes.
I was not like, okay, the way they were setting up these monsters, I don't know about you guys, but I imagined something almost like the Blob, not in the sense it's a blob, but more
slimy,
I
like
mean, they were pretty wet.
No, but like the human is still no, but like
she lied.
I imagine a mutated human with melted skin that looks bubbly and is a cannibal.
Yeah.
That's what in my head, I'm like, I could see that. And I see these and I'm like, definitely not what I was thinking.
They look a little amphibian to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I got more bug. Like I felt like they were like very buggish type.
I got like not anglerfish, but like almost like a piranha.
Oh, maybe. I know what you're talking about. Like an angler. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like an anglerfish. Yeah.
Like
I don't know.
They didn't look like they were human at all previous.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Right. But like I said, I still feel like, I don't know. I imagined it much more gross.
Yeah.
And much more involvement of them.
Now, was that a letdown for you with what your mind was building up beforehand? Were you let down when you actually finally got to see the C.H.U.D?
All right. If I had to say on a scale of 1 to 10 of a letdown, I was let down at 6, but then I accepted it. I'm like, okay, I see what you're trying to get. So I don't know. But then again, lately I've been imagining some very gross things, and that was one of them. So it just didn't fit that. It just didn't fit that element.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. Like when I think of like radioactive mutants, I think more human, even if it were more human flesh tones, where they were completely like this really dark color.
Yeah.
I mean, I was picturing like what would you see at Chernobyl? Like what would you see that? Like a little bit of that, suspense of disbelief. So when it was they have that pinched face, like I agree with kind of that angler fisher, like
Yeah, it's something just weird.
It was
fish
from like
thing.
the deep sea. Is what it
Yeah.
looked like.
Well, let me
Yeah.
ask you guys now. Okay, so how did you feel about the and I forgot the one guy's name, but the guy who got bit in his leg when he was mid transformation? Like, how did you feel like how he looked?
Victor.
Yeah,
He
Victor.
looked. I mean, it looked cool, but it could have been that look, but a little more. You know what I mean? Because he looked cool,
Right.
but it was still like minimal. You know what I mean? Like he had the teeth, or
Yeah.
whatever, which was cool. But I think maybe like a little bit more like, especially because you know
Melted.
what he's going to transform into. So maybe a little bit more like disfiguration in the face.
Well, so what was it? It was a mix of toxic waste and obviously
radiation, radioactive.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's
there
okay.
was
Now
something
that you
else,
said
too.
that about Victor, okay. Now remember RoboCop?
Like
Yeah.
that. Yes. That's what I would have pictured. Or what I'd
Again,
like to have seen.
melted, slimy, but not still seeing a human
See-
face. Like you could see stuff like the eyes just look horrible.
See, I don't know.
Like that kind of stuff. Like that's the perfect. And then let it get darker, but like think of RoboCop because that's
See, that's
toxic waste
Tarman to
resolved.
me. Like that's just Tarman at that point.
Elizabeth said Toxic Avenger.
Or that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great movie. I enjoyed it. Like I said, you were right. It's a slow burn. I love Daniel Stern. I don't know why.
Yeah.
He's just phenomenal in this movie.
Yeah.
I
It's a
loved
slow
him
burn,
getting-
but it's not a bad movie. It's
No,
not
it's
a bad
not.
movie.
It's not a bad
it-
movie.
It's good.
It's shot really well. I thought they had some cool Kaylee's background. Like I love that scene.
Oh
in
wait, I still
particular.
can't. I'm trying to. Oh, there's my.
Oh, you're
glasses.
fine. You're fine.
You can't see it. There's
If
a.
anybody's
there's a
that's
screw back
watching right now, and if you know, that's obviously one of the opening shots looking down the
Mhm.
street.
Now, since you're a fan of Daniel Stern so much, I do want to point out that the first on-screen victim, which is played by Lori
It's his wife.
it is his wife.
Really? I had no
Uh-huh.
idea.
I know. I thought that was awesome.
So she's like walking her dog down the middle of the street because that's naturally, if you live
Naturally
in
what
New
you
York,
do.
you're going to be walking
Mhm.
your dog in the middle of the street. I had a little bit of a problem with that whole part of the intro. So you see her walking and you're not quite sure, is this like a main character, is something, big about to happen? Of course, like we know now that it does. But it didn't really show her face that much, which is really important to know what her face looks like because of that later scene. And we're full spoilers, right?
Oh, yeah,
This is
yeah.
like
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
y'all have
This
had
movie
to
came out in the
80s.
80s.
If you haven't seen
watched
it,
fuck.
get with it.
Like,
So
yeah,
then
like
when-
went through a general discussion. You are full on.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm like, I just want to be safe. I want to be invited back someday. So then when they go down into the water and they find her head, I'm like, who is that?
Yeah.
And then it was almost like watching it and then watching it a second time, it almost feels like there was an editing decision that was made because it isn't super clear who it is. So he's down in the water and then you hear like a disembodied other officer like, hey, that's his wife. It's like, oh, thank you. Because I didn't get
Yeah,
that.
because I didn't know who that
I
was. So
la-
thank you for the clarification.
I kind of
Mhm.
laughed about it because it was almost at the same time. Like he saw it. Yeah, it was
Yes.
weird. Like
It was like, did we make that super clear? Should we go back and clarify that? And then he's at the bar like, she used to study a lot. She studied and just was talking about his wife.
I felt bad for that dude.
Yeah.
He was that middleman management that was just getting his ass whooped from both fucking sides. He just his wife is missing, so she's part of the numbers right now. You know what I mean? Like, oh man.
And the weird part is as now that you just said that, it made me also wonder. He never mentions his wife any other point in the movie at all. Like there seems to be no concern from him
Mhm.
that his wife is missing. It's these people are missing. I got to find them first.
Well, he knows she's dead, so there's nothing really he could do except for like Avenger. He does yell out like you killed my wife when he goes to tries to attack him. Oh,
She dies. always you see you like meet him. It's never
Bobby, you're lagging out a little bit, bud.
Oh no.
It
Hold on.
happens.
Yeah,
It wouldn't be Gore N More if it did.
it would not be the shit show. Absolutely. Thank you, Steve.
I'll be right.
You're good. It's you know what sucks, dude. Bobby always gets fucked on that because it's always when he's like
Always
right
when
in the
he's gonna
middle
get
of
into
his-
like deep
yeah,
discussion,
like in the
he's-
juice.
Yes, always,
And it's just
always
like,
happens.
That's pretty much how it always works, though, right?
Bobby goes straight up 1996 modem, like
The dial-up. Fucking
oh,
somebody picked
fucking-
up the phone to try to make a phone call.
Absolutely.
Oh no.
Ma, I'm on the internet. Ma.
But all right, so all in all, this movie, it's weird. Like it is. It's a good movie. I wish there was more. I wish the gore, like, I like that we got gore, but all the kills were cut away.
Oh
That
yeah,
kinda
they were all
sucks.
cut away. And so I was thinking about that, and I know we'll talk about that later, like when we get to favorite kill. How do we pick a favorite kill? None
It's
of
tough.
them happened. You know what I mean? None of them happened on screen.
I mean, I still have one, but yeah, I understand.
I think Murphy's my favorite, hands down. Murphy skeezed me out. Like he was such a he's the reporter that was like hanging around like, hey, don't you know you gotta give me a little tip every once in a while. And then the photographer and the model are sitting in the park and he's just standing like leisurely feeding the ducks. And it's just standing behind them and then waits and then slowly starts walking forward. And I was like, what are you doing? Like I didn't recognize who he was at first. I'm like, why is this creep just like slowly like Pink Panthering up behind them? And when he
Yes,
died,
that was so fucking weird.
it was so, I mean, I know that like we live in a time of cell phones now. So usually like you're like waiting for somebody, you just like, you know, like play Candy Crush or something, but you don't have to like creepy like up on people. It's
Yeah,
too much.
right. Like I feel like that's one of the things where and obviously they're doing it also for the shot too, but theoretically, if you were going up to a people that were just talking on the null, I feel like I would walk around so they could see me approaching them. You know what I mean? Like, so it doesn't seem weird at all. And then, announce myself more than 5 feet away. Dude, it was so creepy. Thank you for bringing that up. All right, Bob, you good? Oh, man, Bob's in the yellow again. The fuck? Bob, you got some shitty weather going on right now?
Oh.
We don't even have Bob audio
funny outside. Yeah, we don't even have Bob audio.
Nope.
Bob, your audio shot out again. It did earlier before the show, unfortunately.
Well, one of the other like really key deaths. So even though we don't see the death because we know that they're like pulling the bodies away and everything like that. So when John Goodman and the other cop go into the diner,
Yeah.
first of all, this is a key point of the movie where I'm like, what is acceptable because it's the 80s? Because it's like, you can't talk to your waitress like that.
He could. He was a cop.
Well,
and
we
he was
see,
a
and
cop.
when that part happened, I was thinking to myself, you could not do that today.
No.
You could not.
But what do we do? We're like, it was the 80s. It was a different
the 80s.
time.
I mean, but it's true. It's true.
Wait. I gotta counter that though, because with the photographer, the dad from Home Alone, that dude was very ahead of his times.
He was.
Yes.
Was because when she said she was pregnant, he was like, doesn't fucking matter what I think. It's your body.
What you
it's
did to
your
your body.
choice.
Yeah.
And then I heard that, I was like, I had to
oh,
stop.
shit.
I was like, this is fucking 1984.
Yeah.
Well, this movie is really, I mean, it's very political when you like kind of take a step back and look at it. So because there was a moment when she got, I don't know, maybe this is too much, but this is rated R. But as we're talking about the political commentary of it, so she's pregnant in the shower with a coat hanger covered in blood, and I'm like, ooh, girl. I was like, wait,
what the fuck was that?
What
the fuck was that? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, like where did that?
I've used the coat hanger to clear my drain before.
Never had blood come out of it.
But
Listen,
blood coming out of it was very symbolic of.
It wasn't even blood, dude. It was like it was like an explosion of it, dude. It was like
yes. It was like
so. Like, what was in
a
that drain that made that do that?
Right, like so. Like, can the chuds like deep like shrink
Mario
down
through
to
the
like
pipes?
fucking just squeeze up a pipe and then like that'd be
It's
fucked
a
up,
movie.
dude.
Never explained.
Right,
We'll
and they
leave it up to
never did
Bobby's
anything after that.
imagination. Yeah.
Like usually when I clean out drains, as gross as they are, it's like little just baby Chewbacca's and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
So now let me ask you this: was she infected?
No.
Well, I never seen the
I
second one, so I don't.
Well,
wanted
it
her
doesn't-
to
it doesn't
be.
have nothing to do.
And here's the thing, and spoilers, they never take care of the chuds in this movie anyways.
No, they
Mm-mm.
don't.
They
Technically,
kill the 80s businessman, which I love. I don't give a shit. I love that angle regardless. You could fucking write that a million times, whatever. I'm fine with it. But they kill him off and they're like, yeah, the day is
And then the movie
saved.
ends, and you're
And
like,
I'm like,
what about the chuds?
There's
You never-
literally like 10 more chuds in the fucking sewer. Like, what
But
the fuck's
did they-
going on? Did you turn
See,
off the
so-
gas? What's going on? I don't know.
I wasn't paying attention. Did they cover the manhole back up?
No,
No.
They never covered it up. So
because
But
that guy got
there was
in.
a fiery truck on top of it.
But why didn't he just back up over the hole? He got in the van and then like decided a 3-point turn.
Because he didn't remember. I totally
3-point
forgot
turn.
why. Because I laughed why it exploded because I thought it was just stupid 80s explosion. And I was like, oh wait, the wife had to remind me that they rigged the things to blow. Like there's
yeah,
pressure.
and I forgot about
so-
that too.
Yeah.
I was like, they shot
So-
it in the chest. Why the fuck did the truck explode?
Dude, I laughed because I thought it was just like the tire went into the sewer and that caused the explosion. And I died laughing because I was just like, no, what? That doesn't fit with the fucking thing. And then my wife's like, did you fucking miss that whole thing? And I was like, apparently my stoned ass did. So,
Oh, that's good.
Man. Speaking of delicious asses.
That's all well and good, boys, but Katie's cutting in.
No. Yeah.
Snip fucking snip.
Well, howdy fucking doody there, gentlemen. It is
God, I
all your
missed that face.
DKB here back for another episode
Hey.
of Gore N More. And this week I'm here to talk to you about C.H.U.D.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chad
This is my first time watching C.H.U.D. And I tell you what, I actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed it from start to finish. I didn't expect too
Shout
much
out
out of
Steel
it. I
City
honestly
Count.
thought it was going to be a horror comedy. However, I do like the way they approached this film, with it being a bit more serious in that sense.
Indeed.
Now, one thing I didn't really like about it is that they introduce so many of these characters and they really do talk about their backstory. Well, not backstory, but they really dive into the moment of that character. I mean, you've got so many characters throughout this film. Yes, you got to introduce them, give them that character development, but you don't really have to, like, show what's going on in the moment, like the photography scenes and that. Like, why is that even in there? Didn't even need to fucking have
Right, but for some reason I didn't
in
mind
the
it.
film
Didn't
whatsoever.
either.
They could have just had old Marv from Home Alone, the homeless fucking chef. You know, he could, even though he was a heroic figure to an extent in the end, you could have just had him throughout the whole film. I mean, I know he wrote it, and it was really good to see him play a bit more of a serious role. And it was great to see.
Talking about, dude, Bushwhack was amazing.
And I kind of felt like what I was saying with the character development. They really do deep dive in on it and push the creature shit like to about 40, 50 minutes. Like, we don't really get to
Yeah, they do.
expand too much on seeing him. I do like that. But I kind of felt like if they're going to be normal people that get transformed into these hideous mutants, at least use some of the bladder effects under the skin, in the face. We
Yep.
get to see them become these creatures, then have it sort of bobbed down, bit of trick photography, come up. It's all fucking, just that 80s cheese era,
Not wrong, Brody.
But yeah,
Not wrong at all.
like I said, I do like how they sort of try and keep it to your imagination. Like, there's this one scene I'll point out that you get to see one of the creatures in the reflection of something, and it kind of makes you like conjure up all these crazy, weird, and wacky ideas of what it looks like. I thought they did that very well. Yeah, the cinematography is nothing really to rave on about. It's just your standard 80s fucking filmmaking. Not to say that it's bad. I'm just saying nothing to rave on about.
It's clean.
What else?
Yeah.
Very
I don't know. Look, like I said, I went in with an open mind, my first time viewing it, and I actually enjoyed it. So
All right.
this is your DKB, giving it a Gore N More score of, I'm going to give it a 3. I'm feeling generous, so
All
I'll give
right.
it a 3.
Not bad.
So
Solid
anyway,
right in
this
the
is your
middle.
DKB signing out, and I'll catch you motherfuckers next week. Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers. Thank you, Brody.
Wonderful. All right. Hopefully I'm good now. I switched networks.
So,
Yeah,
that-
buddy.
Yeah,
You
you
sound
welcome
nice and clean.
back.
just because we get the joke with the picture, I feel like we have to explain it to Katie.
I'm so sad I just missed that.
Okay, so you know what, Scoops? I'm gonna let you
So,
take that one.
Dude, I don't even remember her name. What the fuck is her name?
Wait, wasn't
I'm
it the
like
girl
a
from
brain
Freddy
fart.
vs. Jason?
It's the chick from
It
Freddy
was.
versus Jason.
Okay.
Oh, I'll get it. Hold on. Go on.
Jesus. Anyways,
I was gonna say I
we're
got
at-
her name on a mask right
We're
behind
at Steel City Con, and I'm adamant that I'm gonna meet her. I'm gonna meet her, and I'm gonna woo her.
Mhm. Woo
And
her.
I
Oh,
was,
yeah.
oh yeah.
There was a
Monica-
mission.
by the
There
way,
was a
hey,
mission.
Her name
There
is
was a
Monica.
mission.
Monica
Monica
Keena.
Keena. Yeah, Monica Keena.
Think about
So-
How are you not going to remember your future wife's name?
No, not future wife. Just was gonna woo her for the weekend. So I'm like, you know what? If anybody can make it happen, Scuba can make it happen, and Scuba gonna make it happen. And I told the boys, it's on. I'm gonna meet Monica Keena. It's going down. She didn't show up the first day, so we're like, fuck. She's back on drugs. Whatever. She didn't fucking show. Second day she's there. The guys are like, Scoob, she's there. And I'm like, cool, let's fucking go. We go to her table. She was gone. Had no idea where the fuck she was. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go walk around. And it was you and I, right, John?
I think so.
Yeah. And John walks back to the table. And I'm like, I'm gonna go look at some shit. So I'm looking around and they're blowing my phone up. And I'm just oblivious to what's going on.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because
She was at the table right next to
Mad
us.
Daddy was talking to her.
Yeah. So she's at the table. She's right next to our booth at the booth next to us. And I'm just walking around, had no idea. And they're like, she's here. Scoobs, where are you? She's here. And we go back, or I walk back to the table and I'm sitting there and they're like, Scoob, she's right there. And I look over and lo and behold, there is Milady. But she did not look
Milady.
like Milady from Freddy versus Jason. She looked really bad.
I feel
but
like
I
the only
was
people
still-
that say "milady" wear like those little like cheap fedoras.
I was
and they're
still,
like,
yeah.
"Milady."
So
They have one of those anime
Cheap
pillows
fedora
that
and a
you
neck
sleep
beard.
with.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Chad Daddy and I, well, more me than Chad Daddy. Chad was just talking to her. I was I was being smooth as I could with her, feeding her all the lines, not even acknowledging that, oh my God, I'm such a big fan. It was none of that. It was like, oh my God, you're beautiful, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Just the typical cheesy
Hey,
bullshit. And she's
girl.
just like, ah. And so Chad buys her a hat because she's like, which hat should I get? And you could tell she was obviously on something. And she's like,
she came. Remember, she got through some shit before.
Yeah,
she got
some
right to us,
fucking
too.
asshole had gone up to her and told her that she had no right being there and that she wasn't really anybody or some shit like that.
Yeah, some lady made her cry. Like,
Yeah, made her
legit,
cry.
like
Aw.
instantaneously. So she was.
So we were trying to like make her happy because we knew that this had occurred. So, we're just talking to her and being real sweet to her and stuff. And she's like, which hat should I get? And I'm like, I don't know, put one on, oh, this color's better with
Oh my
your
gosh.
whatever. So
You're one of
Chad's like, you
those.
know what? I'm gonna buy you the hat if you take a picture with our booth. So she's like, oh, you don't have to do that. He's like, no, take a picture with our booth, and I'm gonna buy you the hat. So Chad bought her the hat. We took pictures with her. Took a picture with her, and it looks like she's sitting on my lap, but she's not. She's just standing next to me. And she was super short. And so in that picture that popped up with Chad, like I said, you could tell she's going through some stuff. So she made that face in the picture or whatever. And in the full picture, I'm like this on the side, photobombing Chad.
He was that guy.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was that
man.
guy. So yeah, that was needless to say, I did not hook up with Monica Keena at Steel City Con like I had planned.
Yeah,
My
it's
plan
okay.
did not, it did
You
not
met
come
her,
to fruition.
but-
I met her though. I met her. So that's all that matters. So that's
All
the story
right.
behind the picture.
Gotcha. Well, in his video, you guys brought up Bushwhacked. So I think this is
Yeah.
a good time to bring up that a lot of these cast members actually ended up working with each other later on as well.
Hell
So
yeah.
that one specifically, we have Daniel Stern, Christopher Curry, and John Polito all appear together in the 1995 Bushwhacked.
Nice.
We also have J.C. Quinn and Frankie Faison. Both went on to appear in Maximum Overdrive in 1986. I've got a
We're
cute
gonna be
little
doing
list.
that soon enough too.
Yeah, I can't
Mhm.
wait.
We've also got J.C. Quinn and John Bedford Lloyd both appear in The Abyss, which is on my list of things that I need to catch up and see. And
I
of
haven't watched that in
course,
fucking
of
20
course,
years.
of course, we have the two main actors, John Hurd and Daniel Stern, would later go on to play roles in Home Alone and Home Alone 2. And unlike in C.H.U.D, they don't share a single scene together in the whole movie. So
Yeah, which is kind of weird, honestly. But
Yeah.
it happens.
it does. But one of my favorite things that I found with that is that there really is a fully realized headcanon that C.H.U.D is actually a prequel to Home Alone. And I think it's probably the best bit of fan fiction I've ever read in my whole life.
Really?
I like the
Yes.
fan fiction that Kevin McAllister was John from Saw. You ever heard that one?
I haven't, but
What?
now I
Yeah,
know what
there's
I'm
a
looking at.
whole
What?
bro. There is a whole like series of things explaining how Kevin became John, changed his name, and it's fucking trippy. I'm like, holy shit, he was John Kramer. Kevin McAllister was John Kramer.
I don't know. I don't
Read it,
care for
read
I
it,
don't
and
care.
your mind would be like, holy shit.
All right. I'm not saying I want it. Obviously, I do love stupid shit like that. All right. So, Kailey, would you like to give us some behind the scenes?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of my favorite behind the scenes thing is because I'm a sucker for an Easter egg.
Ooh.
So Jordan Peele's inspiration for his 2019 horror movie. The title is Us. I almost said US because I'm reading. The title of Us. You can actually see C.H.U.D is next to the TV as they're playing their Hands Across America ad. It's right next
Oh,
to the
okay.
Goonies. So there's the Goonies and then there's C.H.U.D right next to the TV. And there was actually an interview with Polygon where Jordan Peele discusses that he very intently put it there. And he said, fun fact, my first girlfriend's father directed C.H.U.D when I was like 11 or 12 or something like that. Her
Oh,
father was
nice.
Douglas Cheek. So that was my
Nice.
introduction to C.H.U.D. And so
He's
it's a
trying to
personal
clap them
little ad
cheeks.
for me.
Nice.
So I thought that was
Hell yeah.
pretty cool. This is actually John Goodman's first movie appearance. So he plays the skeezy cop in the
As
diner.
dirty cop. I
That
love
dirty
it.
cop. He was something.
He was just a typical 80s male cop. There he wasn't a dirty cop person.
I don't even know
was
if you have, I don't
wonderful.
even know if you have to add cop to that, bud.
Yeah, just
I
typical
mean,
dirty male. Yep.
you
Typical
know,
male in the 80s.
Yeah, pretty
it
much.
was a different time. So CHUD is an acronym for cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller, but it also means contamination hazard urban disposal. And you can kind of read that on the side. So that was one of the big twists.
Yep.
It was a very satisfying moment when they're all in that boardroom and they're like, "Oh, so what's it mean? What's it mean?" He's like, "I'll have to get clearance." And then he gets a phone call and then apparently he's like, "Fuck the clearance. This is
Right?
what it means." And when you finally hear cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller, it is, for me, it was one of the best moments. It was just like, "Oh, fuck, somebody said it. Okay, cool.
It
We
was
are
the
doing
Peter
this."
Griffin moment. is
Yeah.
When you get excited when they
They
hear
said
that. Yep.
it.
They said the name of the movie in the movie.
I do that every time because of that fucking Family Guy episode. Anytime
Same.
they say the name of the movie, I'm like, they said it.
Yeah.
So
Shoot,
for
what's a
the
ch-
original concept art of Chud, which we kind of discussed a little bit already about how they kind of look fish-like, so they're actually more animalistic in the original concept art. So you can actually still see them at the Anchor Bay DVD release. There's a still gallery in the release there. So if you go to the DVD, if you happen to have that on hand, you can see that they were more animal-ish, animal-esque. And in that Anchor Bay uncut release, they omitted a line in the telephone booth scene after the grandfathers killed, which left the little girl behind. And the original line was a relative on the other end saying, "Jesus, Fred, what have you been eating? Mexican food again?" In response to
Damn,
the
that'd have been
monsters
great.
growling. Yes.
That'd have been. And I understand why the little girl didn't die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course, you need somebody alive to say what happened or whatever. But those chuds should have ate that fucking kid.
You would have thought so, dude. Like
Easier.
It'd
It's
be tender.
easier
That's-
prey.
that's
It's
an
right
appetizer,
there.
man.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I like when they're at the police station and the cop is describing the little girl like, "Oh, she's hysterical." That girl looks bored out of her goddamn mind.
Yeah.
She's
she
sitting
did.
there just like,
This thing just ate my
Just
grandpa.
quiet.
Interesting.
right. But no, she looks bored as hell. And he's like, "She's hysterical." I'm like, nah. Honestly, that scene kind of creeped me out. There was an old man walking with a young girl in the middle
Oh,
of the
shit.
night.
We got a
wow.
raid. We got a raid going on from Twitch. How's it going, guys?
What's up?
Oh shit, Seventh Son. What's up, Seven?
Wow, we got a lot of people going from Twitch. How's it going?
Going
everybody?
on, Joe? Smiling Octopus. Hello, my lady.
Yeah. So you're right. That it, I mean, I guess I didn't put into it. I just was I didn't realize it was the grandfather. I thought it was her dad. I didn't realize the dude was old, I guess, until
I thought it was going to be.
Grandpa.
I thought it was almost going to be a justified, like he was like taking the little girl away, so the Chuds were going to be doing like the community a service by
God's
taking
work.
out this old creepy guy.
They're gonna do
And they're
God's
like,
work.
oh, it's his grandfather. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yo, you just threw a whole different plot twist into the movie if you said
Yeah,
doing
no.
that,
Yeah.
man. Like,
Maybe they are going to be Avengers. Yes. So we've got a few other little things that we want to
Sewer
throw in
vigilantes.
here.
Ninja Turtles? What? Okay,
Yeah,
so
I think Anthony said in the chat when
Anthony
they
said,
melted
yeah,
it.
he
it
said-
when he said,
he said
okay, when he
plot
said
twist.
that, when he said that, all I could think of was I was like, all right, now I want to take this and do cuts of this with the OG Ninja Turtles. So every time you see the sewer thing, and then it's just like Mikey popping out or something, like whatever the fuck. Oh, it'd be fun. I don't know.
That would
Sorry.
be hilarious.
Stupid
I look
YouTube
forward to
here.
seeing it.
Oh, what else we got?
We have home video releases contain an integral cut, which is 96 minutes in runtime, previously only seen on network TV, but without the additional removal of gore. And these scenes are Lauren talking to her neighbor on the steps inside the apartment with the woman's son Justin. If you remember, Justin is the one with that horrible bowl cut.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
That
straight
poor little
across.
body.
I cannot even say anything because I had that haircut.
I had that haircut too, dude.
Oh,
We were kids of the 80s. Of
Yeah,
course,
the
we had a
fucking-
bowl
I mean,
cut. Legit.
Mom, I can cut your hair. Okay, Mom, go for what the hell did you
Fucking
do
right.
to my hair?
I'm not spending money on a haircut. Give me that
no,
bowl.
give me that bowl.
Yep.
Now, the other scenes include Lauren talking to her boyfriend, John Hurd, about her being pregnant and later showing them in bed together. That was in the version I saw. Captain Bosch discovering his wife's dead body with another policeman. We discussed that. That's an additional scene. And additional moments in the scene of the diner massacre with two bums running from the creature, which is aired at the end of the movie in the video version, not in the network version.
Huh.
So they added a couple extra little bonuses in there.
Interesting.
Now, C.H.U.D was given a limited release theatrically by New World Pictures beginning in August 1984. The film opened at number 13 in the box office, grossing $1,762,922 with an average gross of $5,686 in 310 theaters. And then it ended up dropping down to 14, but it had a worldwide gross of $2,846,956.
Nice.
Oh, at least it's in a million.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Plus,
you're back.
You know
I
what?
can hear you.
The worst part is,
I'm back.
unfortunately
Welcome
for
back.
this movie, is you're talking summer of '84.
Yeah.
There was so many amazing movies that dropped that summer, and you're trying to put C.H.U.D in the middle of all.
Yeah.
The fact that he even did positive is amazing, honestly.
Talk about a summer of sequels, new movies like
Dude,
upcomings,
Ghostbusters, Terminator,
Yeah.
RoboCop,
Yeah.
or I'm sorry, no, that was
Friday the 13th was around that time.
Part
too.
4. Yep.
Yeah.
I actually
84
think this
Nightmare
was
on Elm
filmed
Street,
at the
like-
same time as one of the Ghostbusters was being filmed. They were talking about having to like share some street space or something.
I can see that in
Yeah.
probably like 83 filming. in
Mm-hmm.
New York City.
Nightmare on
Yeah.
Elm Street was coming out. Like you could literally go down a list of movies.
That's funny, dude, because John Goodman chose this role and he could have been Louis Tully, but
I mean, but
No,
this
that
was
was
his
John.
very
That was
first.
John.
that was John
Candy.
Candy.
Yeah, that
Sorry,
was John
yeah,
Candy.
wrong John.
I'm like, oh no, wrong.
no,
John.
yeah.
Wrong
Hold on, I had
John.
back that
Wrong
back.
John.
Wrong, John.
But
Well, there isn't a there is a second one. So on the topic of sequels, there is C.H.U.D 2, Bud the C.H.U.D. It is released in 1989. Bud the C.H.U.D. It's just fun to
I
say.
gotta look this up real
Um,
quick.
It's horrible, Bobby. It's a fucking horrible
is it a
movie.
comedy?
still-
with that
It's more
title, or
comedic
no?
than anything
It
else
is.
because it's like the Chuds trying to live in this town. Like it's just ridiculous. Like it's
I'll have to watch the trailer.
I saw it when I was a kid, and I just remember like the song to this day, like the theme song, it just says Bud the C.H.U.D, Bud the C.H.U.D to like this really like 80s
What?
beat, like over and over again. Like it's
That might
Really?
be the follow-up homework. I might watch that one just for the song. So it did receive a cult following over the years and inspired the name of the film website, which changed the meaning of the acronym to Cinematic Happenings Under Development.
Oh,
So their
nice.
references for this have been seen everywhere from The Simpsons. It actually has like 8 references in The Simpsons, like 8 or 9.
Damn.
The CW's The Flash, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Clerks 2, Castle, Archer, Outer Banks, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Rick and Morty. It even
Yes.
Rick and Morty.
I do remember that one.
Have never seen Rick and Morty.
Well,
What?
I will say this for Chud too. The best part about the movie, I found it, and I will share it with you boys right now.
Oh,
God.
goodness.
Would you
Yeah.
Would you like me to share it with you as well?
Yeah, you know, don't be sexist. Send it to me too.
I got you. I got you, baby.
Got you, fam. Well, then I'll tell you a secret that isn't on my behind the scenes little sheet here. If you go to the DVD and you go to the extras, and there's all these different options, but there's like this chud head right at the top. If you go up past, so press up, press up, press up, it'll actually go up past the options and will highlight the chud's eyes. And you get a special extended shower scene with the body double of the model.
Oh, God damn it. That was my one bitch about the movie I did not see titties.
There were no titties.
You thought you were going
movie.
to get them.
You thought you were going to get titties, and you
got
did
sexy
not get
back.
titties.
You got sexy back, and then you got more sexy back.
but no titties.
And you got exploding blood
That
tap on. And
was
the
legit
fucking-
my
I don't
one
know what the hell it
complaint about this
No
movie.
titties.
No titties. It was rated R in the early 80s and absolutely no boobies.
Could you imagine if you get a movie that's really so good on every level and you get no titties? I'll tell you right now, that's an automatic like 1.5 stars.
All right, well, hold on. Let me put Bob's thing in the calculator here. All right.
All right, we'll have one quick last fact, and then we can move on. I have that there is a found footage horror film, which is by far my least favorite genre of horror. I don't enjoy it, but it is named Dwellers, and it has been publicly referenced by its writer and director Drew Fortier, about that it has been heavily influenced by C.H.U.D. So it's more of a firsthand account of
Oh, it just came
something
out
that would be
last
happening.
year.
Oh, so it's a brand new movie.
It is
Never seen that.
new-ish.
It's on Prime.
Well,
yeah, it came out in 2021.
Hey.
it's called just Dwellers.
Dwellers. There's another movie called Dweller, singular. It is not the same thing.
Oh,
have to check that out.
Unless there's a
Interesting.
Dweller.
Holy shit, David Ellefson's in it.
Huh.
You know what? I want to say I've seen it maybe like past like on my suggested on Amazon Prime. I just never watched it.
Interesting.
Joseph asked, what is a chud? He just came in late. He said, what up, peeps? Chud is a cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller, or you can use it as like to describe somebody ugly, like they do on Clerks 2. Like I'm some hideous fucking chud.
Chud? Yeah.
Hey, you got to be careful because it's also a political, it's a politically affiliated insult
yeah.
now.
Oh Lord. I just
It
made
is?
a TikTok. I don't know if I don't know if everybody here is on TikTok, but it's the reading rainbow, the butterfly in the sky.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So I made one and it says when she calls you sexy and you're a chud, and it's just my face going across. Yeah.
The best one is for me is still the when people are telling you instructions during a board game. Because I'm like, yeah, that's me all the fucking time. I'm like, just space.
Spaced out.
Man.
Yep.
I'm bad about that.
Right? I just can't do it. Like physically cannot concentrate on that.
I have to-
Alrighty.
whenever we play games, I have to watch the playthroughs, and I'll watch them like 3 times. I'm like, okay, I got the rules, and then it doesn't go as planned, and I'm like, shit. Will Wheaton did not prepare me for this playthrough.
There's always that one person that's like, oh, you'll just pick it up as you go.
You'll
And you're
pick
like,
it up
no,
as you
that's
go. No.
bullshit.
No.
It's not
You
how
guys
you
follow
do it.
rules. I don't know shit.
That's why I haven't
really
played
that
D&D
person.
yet.
I told you, come over. We'll play D&D. We'll teach you.
Yes. I'm
Yeah.
down.
Do it up. Alrighty, let's get on to the questions. What format was this watched on? Or where did you watch it?
Tubi.
Amazon.
Amazon.
Amazon
Actually,
as well.
Amazon and Tubi, because me and the girlfriend watched it on Amazon.
I did not know it was on Tubi. All right. Awesome. All right. The douche of the film. I'm
Oh,
pretty sure
come
that's
on.
an obvious one.
Yeah, isn't it John
Which
Hurd?
one?
No, I'm kidding.
It was
Nah,
Wilson.
Fucking Charles
Yeah.
piece of shit Wilson.
Wilson. Easily. All right, now this was one that Scoob brought up with some concern, and I can understand why. But favorite kill of C.H.U.D. If you can think of one.
I'm gonna go with, and solely because of what my mind created for the kill scene in the diner.
Yep, massacre in the diner.
The massacre at the diner is my favorite kill, even though it happens off screen. What my mind created this C.H.U.D doing, or I don't even, was it one C.H.U.D or was it multiple C.H.U.Ds?
I think it was multiples, dude.
I would say.
Oh yeah, it was. It was multiples that broke in. So the massacre that ensued in there was probably my favorite kill.
Is the plural of C.H.U.D still C.H.U.D? Is it like deer?
C.H.U.Ds.
I would say it's
Probably.
C.H.U.D. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just curious.
If anything, I would say the grandfather in the phone booth.
That's pretty gnarly too.
I'm definitely going with Murphy still. I'm sticking by it just because that character annoyed me so much. When he got pulled into the little tunnel there, I was thrilled. So that's my favorite.
He was a piece of shit too.
He was such a piece of shit.
Anthony, don't say that word.
C.H.U.Ds.
No, those are tiny penises. That's a way different thing.
No, they're like cheese wheels, aren't they?
Tiny mushroom sticking out of a cornfield.
Oh, no.
I'm going to agree with Scoobs on the diner massacre because for some reason the cutaway to a meat patty to C.H.U.D's attacking just makes me think that it was meaty and wet and soupy in there.
That's what she said.
It's what Feast would have done, but we didn't get that. That's what was in my head.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah, especially after watching Feast.
Like
everything that they did in Feast happened off screen in this.
We should have probably not. I mean, Feast was a really good palate cleanser from coming from. So
God, yes.
I shouldn't say anything on that. All right,
shut up and say it.
Best scene of C.H.U.D. The best scene.
I don't know about best scene, but the truck exploding at the end was. I
don't know why. It's just the way it's shot. It just makes it look like it.
I thought the same thing that John
did. It's so.
I was paying attention. I thought the same thing John did. I'm like, no fucking tire does this.
It's like when you see in a comedy movie, dude, like a stagecoach go over a fucking thing, and for some reason that explodes for no reason. Like,
It's just spontaneously combusting.
Yeah, it's just, why not?
That's gonna be my new band name. Spontaneously combusting stagecoaches. My favorite scene was when they were in the boardroom and they were all doing that meeting, and AJ, the Reverend, takes that futuristic looking like boot as if it's the smoking gun and just displays it in front of everyone. And they're kind of talking, and he's like, "I'm not asking you." And then the other one talks to him and goes, "Eat it." And I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, AJ, you're so intense. Like, calm down." But that whole interaction, he was.
Go ahead, Bob.
If I had to choose, I would choose when Bosch doesn't listen to Wilson and still sends cops in the sewers to see what's down there.
The flamethrowers.
Ooh, that was a good scene, man.
Good, yeah.
That was
what was nice? That was a scene where Bosch controlling it, it felt like, you know what I mean? Like he really cared for his guys. Cause like any other scene you see that shit in like Aliens and stuff, you know what I mean? Like the dude at the computer guy is just fucking stupid. And he just always usually ends up fucking him up anyways. But you know what, Bob? I'm gonna have to agree, dude. I feel like that was like one of the most. I love it. They're like, you send your guys in with a camcorder. I send mine in with flamethrowers.
And real quick before you say, you know how you said before, like he's the middleman, he always gets shit on. Mm-hmm. This is the one time where the middleman, actually, kind of beats everybody, even though he gets shot. It still goes his way.
Pretty much, dude. Hell yeah! All right, so opening scene. Did it hook you in?
Yes, actually.
No, it did not for Kailey. She's saying a big old no.
I mean, okay, so opening scene, I'm going to count the entire time the credits are rolling because I'm like, oh, she's walking her dog. Okay, that's weird. Okay, cool. Oh, she's gone. Oh, okay, interesting. 7 minutes of the street sweeper. And it was like, I went from interested to what the fuck did they ask me to watch? Back to being like, oh, okay.
You know what? And for that reason and that reason alone, I'm going to say yes.
Yes.
You know what? I did not complain about watching a street sweeper, and I don't fucking know why. So
you want to know why? Because it's
say
satisfying to watch a dirty ass street.
It is
clean.
It's that weird like ASMR shit, dude. When you watch pressure washing videos and shit, why do you do it?
Dude, that's what I do at work on TikTok. I'm like,
they need a disclaimer at the beginning that says for the male audience.
Maybe that's what, bro. I watched a video today, and I literally just like. I got a halfie on it because it was just an electrical job, and it was so fucking amazing and just.
Is that what
clean.
they call it these days?
Wait, I know what you're talking about because I watched it the other day.
But
listen, I was watching a guy cut lawns the other day. And I'm like, how the fuck's he make it so perfect?
He's getting them lines. He's got the crosshatch, didn't he? That's what it was.
Yeah, my husband hates ASMR, so whenever we're like set up for recording our episodes, like I'll start like rubbing my microphone.
I do too. It's so fucking weird. I don't get it. Like, and I'm like, is everybody trying to be horny? What the fuck is going on? Like, this isn't soothing at all. This is just weird. I feel like somebody's trying to like
stop your nonsense, damn it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like
you're gonna get them too excited.
Somebody wants to whisper talk to you, and you're just like they're like in your bubble. You're like, no, I don't like this. This is weird.
I love that shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right.
It just like it gets me like right here, like right in this area.
Is it like when you're getting the haircut and they're doing your neck?
Yes, that's how it feels. That is like the perfect explanation.
Dude, that's
like when they get the hairs on the back of the neck and you're like, ah.
Yep. Start hitting your leg like a dog. All right. So, most attractive character.
The Chuds.
In C.H.U.D.
No,
staring at that sexy fucking fro.
I think y'all had limited options for the female persuasion in this film.
Oh, we don't.
It's all right. We can go with we go with dudes too. We don't.
We don't give a shit. Honestly, if I was gonna say dudes, I'll say John Hurd. Man was looking pretty handsome.
Yeah,
he cleaned up well.
Okay.
So the scene where she told him she was pregnant, and then they were in the bed together. I got a question. He came out of the sewer right prior to that, and they were like hugging and stuff. Did he shower in between them having sex?
I hope
fucking
so.
hope so.
No.
I hope
that
so.
Was gross if he did it, because I don't know. He was just in poop, man.
Hey, sometimes you gotta have some dirty ass sex, man.
I don't need sewer sex.
Not dirty ass sewer sex.
Yeah, that's
dirty ass sewer sex.
That's a different
not
level.
dirty.
Right?
That's fucking like
that's toxic.
Dirty.
Like
that's like dirty, not
literally
like
toxic.
That's dirty.
That's like you take a shower, then you take another shower.
Kaylee, you're right. That's not. I came home from work and I have dirt on me. You know,
like, oh my gosh, let me go get some. Slip into something more comfortable and clean.
I was
that's
walking
like
in doo-doo water. Let's do it, baby.
You know what? Whatever does it for. Well, on the topic of like clean up good, I thought a couple people like grimed up good. So there were two of the dwellers. Yeah, there's a whole thing like who's the guy from The Witcher? Henry Cavill. Like, he's not attractive as Superman for me, but like, ooh, Geralt though,
dude,
like he grimes up
good.
Scoops.
Are you offended? Scoops?
You can be offended if you want to.
Superman we've ever had.
I mean, I'm not saying that he didn't do it for me as clean.
I like Brandon Routh, dude. I don't know,
but he was not more handsome than Cavill.
Bro, they had to CGI his junk because it was too big. You're gonna tell me he's still better than? Come on.
Listen. As
I didn't know that.
Lauren in the chat
now you
has
fucking
said,
do, and now you're gonna be like, well, now I'm gonna go watch that Superman differently.
Listen, as Lauren here says in the chat, there's a kink for everything. The woman is absolutely correct. Oh well, there you go.
I don't need to know about her kinks. Ew.
She just said there's one for everything here. All right.
I've heard too much about her kinks. We're not talking about those.
Wrong podcast.
Wrong podcast. You can see us over at Housecraft. So there was Hugo, who was the really, really tall underground dweller.
I just wanted to hit
he was good looking. There was also Val, the crazy guy, the Gog and Magog. Crazy guy.
Oh yeah.
Guy
really
with
wild eyes.
He did have some wild eyes. I don't know. He would definitely have to take a shower first. 100%. And then the last one in my tie was that weird ass guy in the salmon shirt that put the quarter in his mouth.
Oh, the dude that was following him, that was working for
he took
Wilson?
the coin from the payphone. And
what the hell is he? He looked like he was in something else. I mean, he looks like your typical 80 dick.
He was actually in Trading Places briefly. He is.
That's not what I'm thinking.
That's where I know him from. Because I don't see him in anything else.
I feel like he would have been like an extra in Revenge of the Nerds, but he would have been obviously on the douchebags. Like, I don't know.
Oh, God, that's definitely true.
Came in with that bleach blonde dude in the sunglasses and fucking collar and shit.
Fucking lock that shit up, motherfucking piece of shit.
Right? He fucking was killing off Daniel Stern, dude. Cool. All right. So, did the score set the mood? You know what? I love the score, dude.
Yeah,
I love the synth in this shit.
That
Yeah.
80s synth.
You can't go wrong with 80s synth.
I mean, you definitely can, but not in this movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say sometimes it's not. But this one was good. Not Terminator good, but I definitely was vibing on it. I was like, all right, I get in this. Best song? Was there one? I don't remember any personal playing. So, all right. Favorite character?
The Reverend.
AJ, dude. Hands down.
Reverend.
He was great. Just his first interaction with the cop was fantastic.
Actually, I'm gonna go with cop Bosch.
Yeah, Bosch was good.
Yeah.
How many times did they say his name in this film, though?
A lot. His name was said a lot. Bosch.
I just kept thinking Bosch Tools the whole time.
It's spelled just like it too.
I know.
The bag lady was like a close second for me, though. Miss Monroe, where she's like getting her things from the police and they're like having her sign off. She goes, "No, what if you took something?" And then proceeds to go through like every item in her like little trash bag.
She had a haul too, man.
Yeah.
She was down there. God damn. She was good. And then I'm gonna also throw up a follow-up of random John Goodman. I don't know why.
Yeah, random John Goodman. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Because it was like, hey, John Goodman. This was the movie for some reason, like you recognized everybody. I'm just like, God damn, how many people are in this movie?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Was it scary? No.
No, sir.
I think maybe for the time, it might have been scary.
I was a
after
little kid watching it, maybe. Okay.
I think now that
it was pretty meek though, dude, in comparison to.
But now compared to everything that we've seen, it's not. But I think it could have been.
We've been desensitized.
Yeah.
Honestly, if the monsters looked the way I thought they should, then I'd be like, that's some scary shit.
So Polar Knights just said, I love the guy's cams. It's every stage of beard growth.
Pretty fucking much.
Oh, yeah.
Spot on.
Oh. All right. So does it hold up today? You know what? I mean,
drama wise, yes.
It wasn't bad. I didn't hate it.
No, I don't hate it. No, but I don't think it holds.
But it's not one that you would sit there and rewatch.
I would like. I would.
We'll get to that.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, this kind of ties into that, so I feel like it's,
I think it holds today the way that like a museum exhibit holds today or a time capsule holds today. It's like,
that's a good point.
It is very like the quintessential like 80s everything that you really want from it. I think I was just missing like one crazy weird like music video kind of scene with like the curtains blowing. But it was just I think it holds up for what it is. I wouldn't compare it to modern cinema by any means, but I think as a time capsule, I think that holds up. But yeah, then we'll get into the next part of what we should do with it.
You know what it needed for an 80s movie? It needed a montage. It did not.
Yeah, there was no montage.
There was
there wasn't a montage.
There should have been a montage of them shooting up, getting ready with the flamethrowers and shit.
Yeah,
and having playing in the background, Hearts on Fire, just like Rocky.
Hearts on fire.
Oh my gosh. All right. So how was the acting?
Acting was actually very good
for it being
top-notch.
Yeah, for it not being like this really, really epic movie. The acting was really good.
I would say, A plus actually.
Mm-hmm. And that goes back into where like they feel believable, they feel like genuine within their individual personalities. So yeah, I'd say for what it is,
like I said before, I feel like I'm watching New Yorkers do everyday things. New York things.
I've never been to New York.
No,
don't go.
It's awesome. No, you probably go. It's awesome.
No, it's awesome. But I'll tell you right now, you're gonna get pissed off. 2.5 seconds of traffic. That's it.
Just don't drive anywhere.
You'll get pissed off 2 seconds of walking traffic too. Trust me. I take big strides. They all suck.
Do you live in big city or no?
No, we live in the same city.
We live in the same city.
But I mean, like,
it's not.
I have lived in big. I have. Well, when I say big, the largest city I think I've lived in would be Little Rock, Arkansas. So it was the state capital. So it was a lot of people.
So, but I mean, like, you're used to seeing horizons, right?
Oh,
I would
yeah.
Oh
have to
yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and this was my problem in New York City. You couldn't see the horizon, and it kind of gave me anxiety. Like it almost
Little
made
bit
me
of
freak out.
claustrophobic.
Yeah, and it felt like that. Even though you're in the fucking city, I'm just like, there was always that weird, deep thought of like, man, if anything goes down, I am extremely fucked. I don't know. It's a terrible.
I was,
But it's just like
opposite.
because you're on a shit little island, and you were like, you are trapped here, and there's no fucking way
I
off.
loved like just being there, surrounded by all these buildings and all these people. Like it was just like I blended in perfectly. Like, you know, people were like, "Oh, don't ride the subway late at night." I was on the fucking subway at 2:00 in the morning. I didn't give a shit,
Bro. All right.
Yeah.
My subway story was we were at 2 a.m, but we were coming from Evil Dead the musical, so we were just in the splatter zone,
love
covered
Evil
in
Dead the
fucking
musical.
blood and shit.
Oh.
So we were covered in blood. So there was actually people very concerned for us to see if we were okay, because like nobody wanted to really come up.
That's like what I walked out from a Gore show and I had to park like 3 blocks away. And I had shown up early because I met one of the guitarists and like took Gore to dinner that night. Went to see the show, was absolutely soaked, and then was like walking out to my car. And they're like, ma'am. I was like, yeah, I'm
Yo,
cool. Thanks.
Guar
Good,
is
that's
the
good.
I'm going to see Guar in June, so
Yeah.
that's the
You mean
shit.
Rawhead Rex?
I'll tell you the story about how I took Gore to Joe's Crab Shack later.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. All righty. So we were on cinematography. How did you feel about that?
Like Brody said, nothing really to brag about, but it was
clean.
It was clean, yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing else to say other than that.
No.
I feel.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I did like this shot right there.
Yeah.
As we're seeing on Kailey. Last question here. Premise of C.H.U.D. Did you enjoy it?
I loved it. Underground mutants.
I
do it
dug
all
it.
day.
Yeah.
I do it all day.
I dig it, but I feel like I should have been more.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think the premise is good where it's like, I mean, like you were saying, without being able to see horizons and stuff, it's like, oh, where do you go from here? Like you either go up or you go down. And
Because
which one is the
technically,
scarier?
like let's think about this real quick. If the way it ends, technically those things are still living somehow.
Well, yeah, that's
If
why
you
we get
end-
C.H.U.D. too.
Yeah, that's
So,
why we
but,
get C.H.U.D. too.
but I don't know. I was expecting like a little bit more of Chuds coming out and a few of them getting killed, and then finally.
I still think
So for me, it's a hit or a miss. Honestly,
I still
Hit-
think the
hit or
pregnant
miss.
chick was infected. She got bit by the head.
She did.
She got
She
bit
did.
on the leg
She
by the head.
did. Oh my God, you're right.
And
I
they
think that would've
never
made
touched
the-
on it.
So
that
is
would have
that
made
Bud the
pregnancy
C.H.U.D?
more interesting.
Is that Bud the C.H.U.D? That's the baby?
No.
Damn it.
No.
Damn it.
Oh.
I was like, yo, dude, if you're really tying in the sequel, then I am sold.
No. It's not. I mean,
Son of a bitch.
I haven't seen that one in a while, but I don't remember if it ties in any other way than the name, really.
All right. Fair enough. All right. So we are on our quadruple R's: recycle, rewind, remake, or reboot.
Reboot
Remake.
with Jordan Peele as the director.
Ooh.
Ooh. I would remake reboot with him doing that.
I would be down to watch that. I would say reboot specifically because I think this one was done well enough that it can still exist in the universe and like
Correct.
go on from
Ooh.
there. So say then we've got, Prego had a little chud baby and she had to hide it from everyone and it lives in the basement or whatnot.
That'd
I'm
be the
okay with
perfect way to
reboot.
reboot the movie right there,
I've
honestly.
seen a
Mhm.
lot of
With
little
her.
Chud babies.
Corpus has got some cute babies, let me tell you.
I would love to see Daniel Stern back as the Reverend.
Yeah.
All these years, though?
Hey,
Yeah.
what if he actually became a Reverend?
Let's see. I mean, I'm going to definitely go with reboot. I don't know if I agree with Jordan Peele for the director myself.
I just said Jordan Peele since he already had like a connection.
Oh, no, that's fair.
A cool connection, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have a lot of directors that I could particularly say that I really would want either way.
Reboot and make it gory as fuck too, though, like Feast.
Maybe not such the caliber of Feast. Like I don't need shaky cam in this.
No,
I don't need the
no shaky
extreme
cam, but I'm
stuff,
talking about
I want
the
violence.
gore,
Yeah.
the
No,
violence that
right.
was in Feast.
And
and give me some radioactive melted humans that look like monsters.
Progression of the CHUDs.
We also
Different
need titties.
stages
and tits
and boobs.
from the lady herself. Titties.
So
Bravo.
This is why you bring me on. Okay, I get it.
So I gotta ask, with the scene where the CHUD extended its neck and then got it cut off and then kicked, I wonder if Sam Raimi was a fan of this, dude, because that felt like very much Evil Dead 2 vibes right there when he cut off Grandma's neck.
I mean, and it was just
it was 3 years later. So
it was very convenient for the neck to go long while she had a sword in her hand.
I thought it was convenient that he forgot to bring her jewelry up out of the basement, but apparently brought his whole sword collection.
I mean,
come on,
sword collection first.
What was she gonna do? Stab it with an earring?
I mean,
he's
like
got a point there.
Yeah, but to be fair, her jewelry box was like this big, and she couldn't bring that up. Come on.
That's not why we get men. We get men to carry our boxes. Okay.
Which box?
Damn it, Bobby! I wasn't gonna go there.
I was gonna go there too, but I was like, nope.
You know what?
Nope,
if there's enough jewelry involved, that can be negotiable. And I only say that because I know my husband's watching.
Oh,
fair enough. All right, I had to go there. Sorry, but I had to.
But yes, full on reboot. All right, let's rate this biatch. We got Brody giving it a solid 3. Scuba, if you want to start us off, and we will go clockwise on this biatch.
I'm gonna give it a 3 as well.
All right, solid 3. Kailey?
I'm gonna go with 3. I think it's right in the sweet spot for 3.
Oh damn, Mr. Ramone.
Yeah, no, 3. That's a solid on the head.
All right. Well, fuck it. I don't even have to need this because I'm gonna say 3. So it is a 3, solid across the board. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. We got a lot of good acting.
I love Rawhead Rex. I just want to announce to make that because you motherfuckers.
Wait. All right, so let me finish this off and we can go. All right, so that is a 3 for 1984's C.H.U.D. And before we discuss next week, Scuba, would you like to talk about last week really quick?
Yes. So I was not on last week's episode, and
no, you weren't. I mean, you were, but you weren't.
I was, but I wasn't. So I was like, "Hey, boys, what was the score?" Because I didn't get to watch the whole thing, and I just know what I gave it. I gave it a 3.7, and I was
you highballed that shit.
I love that fucking movie. I was like, you motherfuckers.
It was terrible, dude.
It was terrible. I love that movie. I don't give a shit. I love.
Haley, did you watch it at all?
I didn't. I missed that one.
Have you seen it at all?
I haven't. But now I'm conflicted as to whether or not I should do it.
I think it's one you should sit down and watch it.
It's a cult classic.
I will say
your voice went up an octave. Like
you should. He's so mad right now.
I mean,
like, yes, you probably should give it at least one watch and be like, "Wow, that was a terrible C- of a movie," and then keep on.
It's a C+ at best.
Okay, all right.
No, you know something?
It's a C, but it's a high C. It's like a 79.
The high C? What's orange?
79.
Orange,
yeah. But what kind of high C?
Yeah,
baby.
I was just going to give it a straight C. It's not a plus. It's not a minus. It's right in the middle.
I loved it. I love the story. Like I said, the only thing that I did not like was he looked like a Power Rangers villain when it was far
he
shots.
fucking did.
He looked like, but up close, he looked cool as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Put it to this way.
I mean, he was eating kids in that movie. At least they didn't give a shit in that one.
All right. The story is great. The execution of the movie.
Yeah, dude, come on. He was like Jason, dude.
He was a horse head Jason.
He was, man.
I feel like sometimes like watching horror is like almost like bra sizes. Like, don't get me wrong, A is great, but sometimes I just really C's and D's really where it's at, you know?
Oh, dude, D's that's
and listen, if it's a double D, it is twice
if it's a double
fun.
D, woo, baby.
I'm trying to think of like
you may
a
not
double
outwardly
D.
say it, but you enjoy it.
That would be like what fucking oh my god, what was that clown? Like Killjoy the Clown. That's definitely a D.
No, a D.
No,
a double D.
Oh, a double D is like
fucking Ginger Dead Man.
No, there's worse than that, dude. There's way worse than that. There's some schlocky shit.
What was the one you made us fucking watch? Stan Helsing.
Ginger Dead Man was worse than Stan.
Yeah.
Stan's
Oh,
supposed to be bad. Stan was supposed to be
Stan
bad.
Helsing is a
But
B plus.
I'm never gonna live that down, am I?
Ginger Dead Man was supposed to be bad as well, and we all know it wasn't supposed to be this fucking great horror movie.
John,
It's
you
Full
know
Moon.
John, I love Stan Helsing. Stan Helsing is a B plus movie with
I've
some
seen
A plus
that one.
titties. Okay, that's what it is.
Helsing's a C
I don't know
as
if it's a B plus movie, but it's one
It's
that
not
I
B+.
definitely will laugh stoned as fuck at. So, anyways,
Listen, it's the one movie where he says he has a porno called "Glad He Ate Her."
I love when he's going through
The
the
jokes
porn
were
list
funny.
Then when he's going through the porn list, he's like, "All right, talk to you later, Grandma." I don't know
Yeah.
why, dude. Stupid ass dumb shit. All right, so
What are we watching next week?
next week is Chad Daddy's pick, and he will be joining us again, and that is the 1986 smash hit Critters.
Ah, good old.
Which I have not watched Critters since I was a wee little one. So
Yeah, it's been a bit since I've watched.
I,
that.
say I have that on the release that Walmart did this year for Halloween. It's like a
awesome.
4-pack.
Oh.
Nice. All right, so we are on our last segment, and that is nerd news. So does anybody have anything nerdy to talk about?
I do right now.
What's up, buddy?
NECA literally just announced this a few hours ago. They now have the Jaws 8-inch clothed figure of Matt Hooper coming out this year.
Nice.
So it's actually him in his dive gear. It actually looks pretty fucking cool. And
Sweet.
because I know they're releasing him in the regular clothes in a first release, but they just announced this one. So now we have to wait for a Chief Brody one.
No shit.
So honestly, that was the only thing that caught my eye. So that's all I got.
This caught my eye, but once again, I'm a dad of a small kid. But Hasbro's actually making a Play-Doh movie. So Play-Doh, the license, is going to be making a movie. I have no idea what the fuck to expect with this one. But if it's anything like the Lego movie, I'm in. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, definitely.
Like they make it like funny, but like for kids and adults.
The only thing I have,
like Sausage Party.
oh god,
no, that movie was fucking. That
Listen,
movie was just almost too much, dude. You know what I mean? Like
no. The fact that there's a food orgy at the end.
I know, but it's
listen, the first time I watched that, I'm like, okay, this movie's got its.
I turned it off the first time,
and
dude.
all
I
of a
was like,
sudden, me and my buddy, we watching the end. We're like,
no. So Scream 6 also got a date. They're shooting for March 31st, 2023.
Christ, why?
All right,
Stop
okay,
it.
Because nobody
I'm
has original ideas, Steve.
I know, but
No.
What are,
All right, all right.
who's going to be
Listen,
the killer
all right.
this time?
No,
Fucking.
I'm going to say this right now. I'm going to say this right now. Listen, I have nothing against Scream. You like Scream? Great. But the problem that I have is like, it's 5 movies and finally one of these main people die. No offense. Sydney should have been dead already, or Courtney Cox should have been dead already. These killers, you're not get. Oh, they all go after Sydney. I'm sorry. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Someone's got to. It's got to go. And not only that, I love how everybody is like Scream's the best. I'm like,
It's not.
No, it's not.
I like. Don't get me wrong. I like the movies. It's enough's enough. Like it should have ended with 5. It should have ended with 4.
Yeah.
Realistically,
Yeah.
because they're all okay. 3's for me is probably the weakest one.
Yeah.
But 4 was actually a really good comeback for that series. But it should have ended right there. It should have ended right there. Ghostface is not a slasher. In a sense, he is, yes, but it's
always
not
a different
the same
person, though.
Yeah, it's always a different person. So
whatever.
it's just like, fuck, man. Like, enough's enough already. Like, I understand. Like, what are you gonna do now? Like, I don't know. Like,
now they're going somewhere with it. Apparently,
the twist in this one with the main girl being Billy's illegitimate daughter. Okay, cool. Where the fuck are you gonna go with this now? Like,
I took my headphones off because I haven't seen the newest one yet.
It's nothing to rave about.
I'm not going to watch it. So yeah.
Well, and the weird part is, like, I had a debate with someone because you guys know I'm a huge Halloween fan.
No.
And then people are like, well, Halloween's the same. I'm like, okay, not really. If you want to go through every movie, they at least tried something to make it different.
You know, the only
and they all stood out in their own way. Scream, none of them stand out.
You know, the only horror series to stay true to itself with the original is Chucky.
Yeah.
Everything else has fucked itself regardless. Like, it doesn't give a shit. But Chucky stays true to itself regardless. And the fact that
even
it's
in the
been
series,
written, that's what I'm saying. Like, that the way that shit's been written has been amazing, honestly. And I love the way they did it. And
Do you think it's because the iconic look is just the Chucky doll itself, so you don't have to worry about like the actor aging or
but I think
like
you
that?
also, because you have the original voice actor and you have people that are still tied to the original with Alex Vincent coming back. You know what I mean? Like, you still, everything else, it's always changed. New people, new victims, blah, blah. But this one, like, no, we have a cohesive storyline for the last 30 years.
Yeah. But you can tell that Brad Dourif's voice
changed
a little bit. He's aging.
Well, yeah, dude, he can't hit them high notes probably like he used to do and stuff. But.
That was really my only one thing with the series, was that the voice was just kind of like,
I gotta give the series another shot. I only watched like the first episode, dude, and
it was decent.
Kind of forgot
decent
about it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But all right. So in other news, and I don't know if you guys know, but Deadpool 3 officially finds a director with Sean Levy. And if you don't know any of Sean Levy's work, I suggest go watching Free Guy.
Yes,
fucking hilarious, dude.
I have a feeling them two together again.
Oh, it's gonna be
fucking great.
Obviously, Marvel's gonna go a little tighter butthole on them. Probably, I feel than
I don't
Fox
think so.
But at the same, I don't know.
I mean, that's the whole appeal, is that it's I mean, I wouldn't go see a Deadpool film if it was like, oh, well, now it's going to be PG or PG-13 even.
No, it's going to be rated R. It'll be rated R.
No. I don't think they would like weaken it up on that. I'm just saying, like, I don't know how you guys felt necessarily about Deadpool 2. I almost thought that was a little too much for me. I don't know. Maybe
I fucking love Deadpool 2.
See, I still love the first one more. I don't know.
I love the first one, but I love his interaction with Cable. Like,
that shit's good. But like, by the end, with him going back in time, like, it was funny. But it was almost like, oh my god, dude! I don't know.
See, and here's the thing: somebody, one of the TikTokers I follow, was like, so everybody's trying to think of ways that the MCU is gonna debut Deadpool when it's been in front of us the entire time. What are they doing right now in the MCU?
Multiverse,
time travel.
Yeah.
They started using time travel. What was Deadpool doing at the end of Deadpool 2?
Yeah, he was going through
time traveling.
He was
fixing the timeline.
Not only timelines, but multiverse, dude, because he was going into his killing himself off. Shit.
So, I mean, that's the perfect way to fucking already bring. I mean, he's time traveling already. He's multiverse jumping already.
Listen, man, if it's anything like Free Guy was, dude, I thought they did a great job with Free Guy. Because honestly, I love Ryan Reynolds, I do, but I just watching the trailers for that movie, I just was like, I don't know, man. Watching it, maybe wanted to start playing GTA again, like instantaneously. And I don't know, it was one of those ones where like I still was able to watch it with my daughter. Like, it was.
What was that new one that just dropped on Netflix?
The Adam Project
or Adam Project.
Oh, where he meets.
Have you?
It's another time travel movie.
It's Looper, right? Like it's Looper, but it's not.
Sense,
it's Looper, but it's not Looper.
Yeah, it was really good. I liked it.
Man, I just really hate time travel in movies. I don't know why. That's one of my. I fucking hate it.
So you hate Back to the Future?
I've honestly never watched Back to the Future.
I will make a podcast right now just for you to watch Back to the Future. Where is your husband, Anthony?
You know
what are you doing?
He's probably listening in the other room.
I
He's
can
probably
log into my
now.
Vudu and share screen. I have all 3 Back to the Futures. I can share screen on here.
Well, when you come over for projector movie night, like we talked about last time I was on here, we can watch all sorts of things.
Come on, like it's right fucking.
I don't like time travel movies. They stress me out.
You turned a DeLorean into a time machine.
Okay,
listen,
but
we are literally in the timeline where Marty McFly fucked his mom. That's why shit's so fucking crazy.
Yep. Marty fucked his mom.
And yet we don't have flying cars.
That's why, because he fucked his mom, dude. Like
he fucked it all up.
We would have had flying cars in 2015, man.
But speaking of Back to the Future, The Mandalorian season 3 has cast Christopher Lloyd in a role.
Yes,
I
it
don't know
has.
what the role is, but he will be in
Does
The
it-
Mandalorian season 3.
Let me ask you, does it matter?
It does not
No.
matter
It does
because
not
it's going to
matter.
be fucking awesome to know that Doc is in the Star Wars universe.
What if they call him Doc?
Oh, that'd be fucking great.
That'd be great.
If he was like some kind of like weird scientist in The Mandalorian, oh, that'd be fucking great.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Okay, well, I'll put that on my list of things I need to watch before I can come hang out with the cool guys. So
Yes.
No, I want you to. I mean, maybe you won't enjoy it if you don't like.
But you
time
know what,
travel
Kailey?
movies, I
That's
guess.
fine.
I don't know.
That's fine because every time I talk to Smiling Octopus, she's like, I'm like, oh, this movie about, and she's like, I've never seen it. But she's not from here. She was, she came over from Iran when she was a kid. So there's a lot of shit that she hasn't seen.
Oh
And I'm
my
like, how
God,
the fuck have you never seen this?
That poor girl. Scoobs is just going to open up doors that are.
Just the
I
fact
made her
that-
watch the entire Friday the 13th series.
Jesus fuck, dude.
I think she
well, you
has
know,
not watched
she's a
part
keeper
9.
that she hasn't like. All right, fuck off, dude. I'm not.
She will not watch Nightmare on Elm Street
Okay.
because she saw the remake but never saw the originals. So she's like, "Oh, Freddy's a pedophile," and I'm like, "That is only in the remake.
Well,
They don't really touch on it."
They don't touch on it like he was touching on them. Is that what you're
That's right.
saying?
He was, but they wasn't definitely on the nose, such as the
yeah, it's there.
It was
just
child
not on the
murderers.
nose.
Murder. So
Murdered.
she
But I
won't
Let's
watch
do enough
Nightmare on
true
Elm Street.
crime.
So
I know what happened.
I'm like, whatever. And
But-
anytime I wear anything Freddy, she's like, "Why do you have that pedophile on? Why do you have that pedophile?" And I'm like, "Shut up, my
you
God."
need a girl's gonna check you. That's all I gotta say.
Listen, all you got to do is you got to pull out the glove and say, "Because it's all in the fingers, baby."
It's all in the fingers.
Oh my goodness.
Ew.
Well, does anybody else have anything nerdy? I think that's all
I
I
I
got.
do. What I had.
I do not. I keep cutting out, so I got nothing.
All right. Well, then we are going to wrap this bad boy up. So, Bobby, if you want to sign us out, and we will go counterclockwise.
This is your killing machine, Bobby Amon, saying, "We'll see you next week, you fuckers."
Kaylee?
This is Kailey, and I don't have a cool little intro or outro here. So you can catch me at 50 States of Terror. And just for my final thing on C.H.U.D, tell me about it, C.H.U.D, because I had to fit it in there at least
Yeah.
once.
Thank you.
As always, I am your host with the ghost, the prince of the paranormal, the duke of the dead, the cryptid keeper himself, the ghost daddy, Lord Scuba Cabra, saying, "See you later, baby."
And I don't have 18 hashtags, so I am the Fluff Master Supreme. Big Johnny D saying, adios, Gorehounds, and stay fresh, cheese bags.